Okay, welcome to Cerberus Legion Gaming. Today we are going to begin our stream with a discussion about a game that was released in April of 2015 and why we should continue to play it in the year 2020. That particular game is Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. When it was released, and it was a pretty horrible game. They revamped it pretty quickly, and then it's been chugging along and surging ever since. 5 years later, people are still playing it, and we are going to talk about why we should still play it in the year 2020. Okay, the teammates I have with me today joining in the conversation: Bossy Dossy, Echo Savage, Mothman, and War Daddy. All these are CLG players. So today's topic, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Alright, so we're going to discuss a few things, particularly about the game as to why we should play it. We've been playing it pretty regimentally lately, and it's still pretty epic. So I'm going to go ahead and lead off with the first question. Why should we play it? What makes it different than other games that are out in the market nowadays? War Daddy, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I'd say that it's still relevant to today's gaming world because still has that team play. It's slow and tactical, and it's evolved over the years. You know, everything out there right now is battle royale and fast-paced shooters, and it kind of, you know, it's still different and it's still unique. There's nothing else out there like it.
Mothman, you want to let us know what makes this game so different than the mainstream gaming that's going on right now with battle royales?
So, with the big thing with battle royale going on right now, it kind of is all the same thing of what everybody's playing right now, whether it's Fortnite, Warzone, Apex, PUBG. That's the big thing that everybody's doing. This kind of just brings you back to just a good old-fashioned multiplayer game where 5-on-5, objective based, and then you win rounds. Like War Daddy was saying, with it being tactical, I think that really adds to it.
So, for those viewers that have never played the game before, it's a 5-on-5 base game and it's round based. When you die in a round, you don't respawn, and then you have to wait till the next round of play. It's the first to 4 rounds wins. You defend, and you also are on the offense. When he says objective base, usually if you're playing ranked play, that's going to be bomb and bomb diffuser. You're either defending the bomb or you're trying to defuse it. So, Bossy Dossy, I kind of want to get your opinion on this. So, you being a new gamer in the recent, last few months of buying your Xbox, right? So, you've been introduced to this game actually fairly recently. You are just reached rank 10. What's your opinion on the game compared to the battle royales that we've been playing? Oh, Bossy Dossy. Going once. Going twice. Okay. Hey, so War Daddy, let's talk about the strategy of Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. What makes it different than any strategy that you could use or tactics that you could use in other video games? What makes it different?
Unlike a lot of other games, planning definitely, I said, is probably a little bit more important in this game as opposed to other games. I mean, you look at a battle royale, you're kind of like, let's just jump here on the position of the circle. Or any type of run and gun shooter. There's not much planning, but here you have to plan exactly where you're gonna defend, what engagement area you're gonna try to trap the enemy in. For the attacking, you're trying to do the exact opposite. So yeah, definitely a lot more planning.
So planning is involved. Echo Savage, you've been with us for a while playing all of the games that we play. When we look at this game compared to other games with team play, how do you think this compares to the other video games?
I would say that I think the ability to kind of choose players that have different abilities is a lot different than anything that's out there kind of in the mainstream right now. Like PUBG and Call of Duty, they're all very loot-based. Especially Call of Duty's kind of tries to be more realistic, I think, with their weapon options. But in this type of game, you kind of get to choose players who have different abilities, different defenses you can set up, which I think is different and kind of a throwback to the way games were before. I mean, Valorant is out now. This actually kind of reminds me a little bit of Valorant, where you've got, different characters with different abilities, and it's kind of an objective little map you run around. But yeah, I think that's how I mainly view it, different from other mainstream games right now.
So let's talk about characters and characters' abilities, okay? So this is I guess you could say a SWAT-based game, where you enter and clear rooms and buildings, or you're either defending from people that are entering and clearing the rooms and buildings. So there's another game out there that's pretty character-based, and it has different abilities, I guess say, like Apex Legends. But so for this game and the abilities, I know it's something that we've discussed as a team before. How do you feel, Mothman, about the direction that they've gone with the characters in this game past, let's say, year 2? I know year 2 characters are ones that we play a lot, but looking at the newer characters nowadays, like, how do you feel about what they're doing with their usage in the game?
So, early on, when Siege first came out and the first couple years after it was released, it seemed like a lot of the operators made more sense, that whole tactical vibe that it had going on. But I think there's just so many operators out there, and they're trying to come up with different abilities that they might be a little reaching on some of them, to where it's kind of getting away from, I wouldn't really say the tactical aspect, but just the overall vibe of what Siege used to be.
Okay, so what you're referring to is it feels more leaning towards away from SWAT and strategic play, as opposed to now it's more flamboyant in what the characters can do.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it still has that tactical aspect to it because of the nature of the game, to where it only takes a couple shots to take somebody down, but still at the same time it is starting to get like that a little bit, kind of like how some other prominent games have gone into.
Okay, so looking at this game, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, and it's something that we are discussing on why you should play it in the year 2020. So compared to everything else that's on the market, bottom line up front, War Daddy, give me the bluff as to why players should play this game, in your own opinion.
Why players should play this game? Well, we have the new generation consoles that are coming out right now. You got PS5 hitting the market, and I don't know exactly when the new Xbox is coming out, but the production for the current console is, we're not going to see much, especially with COVID right now. So like, pretty much what we got out with like Call of Duty, Warzone, Apex Legends, some of the other PC games, you're not going to see much, and those games get old really fast. There's not very many map variations and different ways to play, but Siege, I feel like it's almost a different experience every time. I mean, it's slower paced, it's something different. Yeah, it's definitely kind of a breath of fresh air, and definitely if you have a team. I don't really find it fun if you're just gonna go in it alone and jump onto a random team, because the player community is kind of toxic. But if you get a group of friends together, I think it's definitely something that still can be played for 2020 until the next console comes out.
Okay, awesome. So we're coming up on the 10-minute mark, so I'm going to go ahead and give my few points on this game as to why it needs to be played in 2020. If you are looking for a video game that is team-based and is strategic, this is the game that is out. There's nothing else on console that really gives you the ability to plan an operation, execute the operation, learn from your mistakes, and get better as a shooter. Working with teammates is key to success in this game. You guys can stack on doors, you guys can defend hallways, create choke points for the enemy. There's so much you can do with this game. It's so much fun. And if you have buddies that you want to hop on and just do something that's tactical and you actually have to think about, that's not a run and gun, this game is the way to go. This game has progressed from 2015 until 2020, and it is still trucking along strong. There's still a large community that plays this professionally on esports. I'm telling you, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege is the game to play in 2020. If you get bored with some battle royales, we got bored with it and we went back to it. I know me and War Daddy, we've been playing this game since its release in 2015, and it has not skipped a beat. It's just gotten better and better. Operators may be a little more silly, but we still play with the old operators and still crush souls while we go through this game. Okay, so hey, thank you everybody for tuning in for the panel. Again, our discussion was why Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege should be played in the year 2020. Be sure to check out our Facebook, obviously Facebook with Cerberus Legion Gaming. We got a YouTube channel and Instagram up, same search. Okay, so check us out. And the rest of the night, we're going to be playing this game. This game is awesome. We're going to continue to play it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kick it off to the live game.